What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, we're going to talk about how my Tesla got in a hit and run accident, how I caught the person, and they ended up taking ownership of it, and I didn't have to pay a deductible. So what happened is one day I was driving my son to school and I parked my car, and when I left my car, I came back and I noticed I had some damage on the back left driver's side wheel well, like that whole side. I had like a dent and some scratches, and it looked kind of bad. The car was still fully functional. I didn't have any problems like that. And, but no one had left a note, nothing. So I'm like, dude, who hit me? And when I went into my car, I noticed I had a notification saying, hey, you know, because if you leave on your Sentry Mode, which is like the security cameras that surround your car, you have the ability to check out what's going on around your car, and it will capture anytime someone like gets close enough to it or hits it or touches it or walks by it. And I had that, and I watched the footage, and it showed me what kind of car it was. It showed me the license plate, and I couldn't see who was driving it though. But I could see like everything else except for the exact person driving it. So I was left with the license plate, and it was pretty crazy. And I didn't know who it was because no one ever told me who it was. Like I was just left to hopefully find out one day who it was. And I had the license plate, went to the cops. I opened a police report, and to be honest, didn't really go anywhere. They came back, where I live in Chula Vista, the Chula Vista Police Department gave me zero information. It took like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know why it would take that long to get a license plate, because they can just look up a license plate and get the information, but they acted like they couldn't find the person, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. So I took things into my own hands and drove around the neighborhood, and lo and behold, it was someone that lived fairly close to where the accident happened, and I found the person. So I went up to their door, and this was all like weeks later. This was like 3 or 4 weeks later that all of this happened. And once I did get there and found them, I knocked on the door, said, hey, you hit my car. The lady's like, yeah, I kind of remember doing that, but I just checked my car and I didn't have any damage. But when you saw the video of what happened to me, you can notice that the person never stopped at all. They just kept driving. So you would think that even if you noticed you hit a car, you would still go back to the car and bring it to them and see if the other car's hit. And she never did that, at least not in my view of the camera. She kept on driving. So eventually she, it didn't take long. She was like, okay, my God, I'm so, so sorry I did that, blah, 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 blah. So we went through insurances. That went a long time. And unfortunately her insurance didn't really cover much. So I ended up having to go through my insurance. But since she took full ownership of the damage, I didn't have to pay any deductible, and it came through my insurance and everything was covered. Case closed pretty much. So it was a little bit of an annoyance, but at the end of the day, it still worked out pretty well with everything. The place I got it fixed with did a really, really great job. They were super nice, giving me Uber rides back and forth as needed to when I got to get my car checked. So I'll show you, you saw the damage before, and I'm gonna show you the damage or what it looks like afterwards. So all that damage was all over here, and you can see it looks great now. It's just a little bit dirt on the tire, but it looks amazing. I don't notice any damage or anything on the car really. Everything looks pretty amazing on here. So I'm pretty happy with it. It was pretty expensive too. I think it was like, I have to check the thing again. I think it was like $8,000 to fix. And like on any other car, it would have been like completely fine. Let me go to a wide angle so you can see the car. Wide angle, there you go. There's my car. In general, they did clean it and stuff, so it looks pretty good. At this point, they detailed it, cleaned it inside, cleaned it out. But yeah, like I said, everything looks pretty freaking good at this point. I'm pretty happy with it. All my sensors still worked, and they continue to work, so I didn't have to replace any of that. The back, so pretty happy with the experience that I received after the accident. So the moral of the story is make sure you have your Sentry Mode turned on. If you notice that you have notifications that someone hit your car or went near it, or watch that stuff, because there's potential that someone might have hit your car and you'll have all that footage that you can capture them and hopefully get them in trouble or at least cover the cost of everything. So thanks for watching. There's my little story of my Tesla getting hit. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.